Hello friends, this is Imran and you are watching ExcelTech. Friends, today I am going to talk about how you can build your annual personal budget along with your expenses and income, and then how you can compare it with your actual expenses and income in order to find out the variance analysis. I'll show you how you can build a dynamic dashboard that will uh, bring up the results in front of you on one click, showing the variance and the graphical representation of the results. Friends, if you have already subscribed to this channel, please share this tutorial with your friends and family. And if you are watching this video very first time, please subscribe to this channel. This will be a free for you that you will subscribe, but it will benefit me a lot and will motivate me bringing more and more videos and content for you guys. Thank you so much. Now let's move to the screen. Friends, here is the first sheet, budget, where I have already make some format showing the months, the income heading, expenses heading, and the savings and cumulative savings. Friends, this is the sheet of budget where we will put in the figures based on the categories of our income and expenses. Let's say our income is basic salary, bonus, freelancing. Let's assume that we have three types of incomes. Generally, on basic salary, we assume that we will earn 150,000, bonus 15,000, and from the freelancing income is 25,000. And for the months, upcoming months, we assume that this income will be increased by 5%. This into, or maybe 2% incomes are gradually and slowly is raised compared to the expenses, as you know, currently in the global economic crunch. So let's do 1.02, 2% increase, drag it down. It will apply to all of the incomes and drag it right side all the months, and you can see that we have built our income budget for January, February, March until December. Now move on to the expenses list. The main expense, you know that it is rent, then utilities, then car maintenance, then children education, fuel expenses, okay, mobile expenses, leisure, okay, and rest you can say other expenses. Okay, drag it down so that the other expenses are also included in the total expenses. Okay, so let's do rent 20,000 per month, utilities 8,000, car maintenance 2,500, 5,000, or maybe two children, so education is very expensive nowadays, 10,000. Fuel is also on the higher side, so 15,000. Mobile expenses 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. These are the expenses, and we estimate that every month these expenses will increase by 10%. So 1.1 multiply, drag it down, drag it right. Now you have developed a annual income and expenses budget, your personal income and your personal expenses budget. Okay, saving is basically what you are estimating that will be income, and the expenses, so income minus expenses every month. So the first month it will be the 104,500, but the next month cumulative savings will be this plus this. So previous month plus current month 204, 250. So you have generated your budgeted income and expenses based on the assumption that your basic salary will be this much bonus and freelancing, and it will increase by 2%. And on the expenses side, you have estimated that the expenses will increase by 10%. Now move on to the actual expenses. So basically actual expenses is what you have made the payments, or you have received the payments during the period, or you can say the cash flows, cash inflow and outflow. So now you can make a list of expenses based on the assumptions that you have made such and such expenses and you have received such and such incomes. So let's move to the sheet and see what expenses and incomes we can make here. So first of all, you have to bring the categories. So income categories, bring it up there. Expenses categories, bring over there. Okay, now you have to make the category data validation based on the categories. Now go to the data validation and give it the source. Okay, and drag it down a bit. So whenever you need it, you just have to click what category you need. Now let's assume that in the January you have made the following expenses. So let's start from 5th January 2023. Month, you have to extract month from the date, text, then select the date, comma, and format that you need for the month is MMMM, bracket close, enter. So drag it down, and whenever you will put the date, it will automatically change. The month will be automatically changed according to the date. Category, let's say you received a salary. Description, you can enter any simple description of this transaction. For example, salary received for the month of January. Obviously you do not receive salary in advance, so let's do 30th January. And 150,000 salary. Okay, and you make some payments of bills and paid January 23. You paid it 15,000. Utilities. You can make the description simple language yourself, and and then utilities 8,000. 25th January you paid education fees 15,000, and 15th January let's assume that fuel, you filled up the vehicle tank, that was 10,000. Let's assume that you purchased grocery items, which is not over there. You can put it under other expenses, groceries expenses. Let's do 20,000. Okay, and 22nd January you went to a marriage ceremony of your cousin and you made expenses of 10,000, and so on. Let's say this is your January expenses and income. Okay, now you move to February month. Let's assume that same dates for the month of February, so just change the February month. All this data is assumption. Twenty-eighth, 28th, 28th February. Let's assume that the expenses were the same categories, but the amount you can put in whatever you think is fit. So let's do 160,000, rent 20,000, utilities 20,000, 5,000, 15,000, 20,000. 15,000. Now in Jan, February, March, you are on 14th March. Let's assume on 5th March you made some expenses 20,000. And on 10th March you paid rent and on 10th March you received some freelancing income 8,000. Okay. Then on 14th March you fill up fuel 10,000. 15th March mobile expense 5,000. So you have developed a kind of a data for your next step. You have make budgeted expenses and income. Now you have made a list of actual expenses. Obviously whatever the expenses and income you will be generating or paying during the period, you will have to make a list and then put the figures here in your spreadsheet in order to review and analyze the results. So now move on to the dashboard, where you will compare the budgeted expenses and income with the actual ones. Okay, for this you have to bring the categories over there. Okay, now in case of budget, from the basic salary you have to bring the basic salary, this one, from January over here, based on the month that you will be selected. So here you can see that the month is not appearing, so make a data validation of the months that are appearing here in this row. So let's make a data validation list, give it the source of the data. This is the source. Okay, now whatever month you will select, based on the month the data will dynamically change. Now let's enter the index and match formula that will be based on the basic salary in the budget sheet, the basic salary for the particular month. Okay, now we will use index and match function to bring the figure of basic salary for a particular month over here. That will be based on the basic salary that is here in the budget sheet for a particular month. For example, for the January 150,000, so we will generate a function that will bring the figure here based on the two criteria, January, the month, and the category. So index, the array where the data is, it is from figures to total expenses. Then match, we wanted to match the category with the data here. Okay, and we want the exact match. Then match particular month with the month over here. We want exact match, close parenthesis, close again. And you can see for the month of January 150,000. If you select February, it should dynamically change, and for the March it should change accordingly. Okay, now you should fix you have to fix the references, so when you drag down it will not change. So some of the values you would like that to be absolute and fix. Select this, press F4. This one you also want it to be fixed or no, because when you will drag down the basic salary and the bonus freelancing, that will change accordingly. Fix this one. Then fix this one. And the month. Okay. In this scenario, the category will not be fixed. Enter, drag it down, and check about the bonus figure 15606 for the month of March. You can see it is correctly appearing over here. Copy the formula down, drag it down, okay, drag it, total, same formatting, saving in this case is this minus this, okay. The same formatting. Okay, now we will look for the actual expenses from this data sheet. For this one we need SUMIFS formula or function, because if you see basic salary, that can be on multiple times the same category which you want to sum all the basic salary or the utilities expenses on multiple times. Whenever you pay, that will sum up for a particular month. SUMIFS, what you want to sum if these values based on the criteria that your category is the same that you have over there. Another criteria that you want is the month. The month you want to be the same over here. Okay, now check which you want the values to be fixed. So the month, you want this one to be fixed, and the categories you don't want to fix it. From the actual CC, the reference column, you want it to be fixed. Then the values column, you want it to be fixed. Okay, so only the categories you don't want to have it fixed. Why didn't picked up? Because in the month of March there is no salary received yet. Change it to January and see it has changed the value. Drag it down. Bonus and freelancing in the month of January, there is nothing about that, and I think in the month of March you get some income on freelancing. Okay, copy and paste over here, and it will keep the same formula and formatting. Copy this formula, paste over here, drag it down, copy this one forward, and copy this one, and the cumulative will be this plus this. Okay, now check January, February, okay, and March, right? So you can check few of the figures for the month of February in order to verify the formulas are working properly. So children expenses 25,000 for the month of February. Here is the month of February. Children expenses 25,000. So it means that the data over here based on the functions and formulas is correctly appearing over here. Now we will figure out the variance analysis. We would like to see how much is the variance absolute value and variance percentage. So variance absolute is actual minus the budget. Drag it down, copy this one, paste over here, copy this formula down, copy this one over here. Okay, same formatting. You can apply the same formatting using this format painter. Now the percentage will be actual divided by budgeted minus 1%. Okay, so variance analysis is basically the 5% shows that the actual expenses are more than the budgeted expenses. And in this scenario, in case of bonus, you didn't receive the actual bonus, but the budget is 15,300. That shows that the minus figure shows that you are deficit on this, but actually you are not in deficit. Okay, so in this scenario you should do budget minus actual. Budget minus actual means you have 2000 excess on the budget. Okay, percentage you can verify this divided by this. Okay, minus 5%. Okay, in this scenario, utilities expenses actual are more than 100% than the budgeted expense. Now make another change and so that will be apply the conditional formatting so that the minus figures color shows red and the positive figures show color green. So now we will highlight the values that are below 0 in red and the values greater than 0 green. So there are tons of options, like you can color the scales, you use data bars, you can select the icons. Okay, but we will go for the greater than or less than. So greater than, if any value is greater than 0, okay, we will do custom formatting and the color that we will select is green. Font, we will not go for fill. Okay, let's select some dark color. So greater than 0. Okay, you can see the values greater than 0 are green. Now we'll go for less than 0, custom format, we'll select red. Okay, now you can see that the negative or less than 0 values are red and the other values are green. Now we can represent the data in graphical charts. So the first one is the income, that we can show the graphical representation, budget versus actual income. Select the data, insert recommended charts. We'll go for the very first one. Okay, minimize it as per your need. Chart title, we don't need the chart title because the title is already over here, budgeted versus actual income. Okay, now we don't want to have the grid line, select the grids and hit the delete. And we don't want the series as series 1 and 2, we want it to change series. Select the data, first series, edit. The first one is the budget, hit OK. Then the second one is actual, hit OK. Okay, now you can see the legend's name has been changed. Okay, change the color of the bars, but in this scenario we don't want to change the colors. It looks fine to me. We don't want this border. Remove the border. No line. Okay, no border. Okay, so you can also add the data labels. Right click, add data labels. Here you go, it is showing the figures also. Select this one, add data labels. gap between, you can say like 100, maybe more, just to 150 or 250 maybe. Now you can see that it's not overlapping now. Okay, now it's better, but the figures are still overlapping and you drag it a little bit further. Okay, now let's move to the next graphical representation, actual expenses. Apply the same formatting, select the data, actual expenses, the pie chart, we don't need the chart title. Okay, we want the data labels. Okay, and it's fine. Minimize the size of the chart, bring it over here, remove the border, you might drag it a little bit more, bring it over here. So here it is, the graphical representation of the data, the variance analysis, the budget and actual expenses. Now whenever you would like to review the actual expenses and the budget, and you want to show what is the variance, and if you are going over the budget or you are behind the budget and saving some money, so you can just come over here and select the month. Okay, April, there is no actual. Whenever you will add the entries over there, the data will automatically come over here. Let's assume that let's assume April month. Okay, and we received a salary 150,000, and check if the data is coming over there. Yes, the data is showing over here. And if you would like to make it more dynamic, rather than it carries the month or select the month like June, April, it automatically select the month in which you are presently here. So in this scenario we are in the month of March, so let's change it to the month text today, and we want the month format like this. Now you can see it has changed to the month of March. Okay, and if you go and change the month, the setting, if you are in February, it will do the February or whatever, okay. So this is it, and let me know in the comment section if you are able to comprehend and understand the whole scenario. And if you have any questions or concerns, or if you have any comment against or in favor of this sheet, please put your comment in the section below. Thank you so much, and we'll be meeting soon for the next video. Thank you so much.